Flag-bearer hopeful of the National Democratic Congress, Dr Duffour, on May 9 filed a suit against the party following what he says are some discrepancies his team has identified in the voters' register to be used for the elections on Saturday. In a writ filed at the High Court, Dr Duffour indicated that the party failed to provide the required photo album register a few weeks ahead of the elections as stated in the party's rules. He stated that a partial photo album register was given to his team on May 4, few days ahead of the elections, rather than in March when they had submitted a request for one. Dr Duffour added that despite his request for a postponement of the elections until a full photo album register is secured, the party has failed to heed his request. Thus, he is asking the court to grant an interlocutory injunction to restrain the party from holding the primaries. But the legal team of the NDC has responded. They described the suit as an attempt to delay the election.
As of 5:30-45 thereabout yesterday, we were served with the writ. For me, this writ is frivolous and an attempt to thwart the effort of the party in the organization of the primaries. That's how I see it. As lawyers, we are trying to use the legal processes available to us to ensure that this application is heard before. So we are trying to ensure that the date for the hearing comes backwards to say tomorrow or Friday.
Responding to some of the issues raised by Dr Duffour, the Elections Committee of the NDC says it does not think the aggrieved aspirant has a genuine case.
When it comes to delegate list, actually, those problems are not there. Those problems were not there. But when we come to the issue of the album, because we are using a data from the constituencies, and those data delayed us, and some of them came in error. So we have such problems. In fact, if you take the album, there's a picture album, the register, when there's also the exceptional list. The exceptional list doesn't mean that you can't vote. But some people are taking it that when it's exceptional list, it means that you cannot vote. As I speak, at the time that we were even giving the register, the album, Duffour's name is not in the photo album, but it's in the exceptional list. Because his constituency didn't get the opportunity to engage him, to give them the voter ID that you can use to extract his picture. So it is not only Duffour, I'm just mentioning Duffour, and it is also going to affect many of our former appointees. But that doesn't mean that they'll vote. But because the prime data, which is the delegate list, is there, they can vote because we use that one with their voter ID to vote.
Following the writ, the Electoral Commission, after a meeting with the national leadership of the NDC, released a statement announcing that it will not supervise the party's primaries scheduled for May 13 until all legal issues associated with it are resolved. According to Electoral Commission, going ahead to organize the primaries will amount to a contempt. The elections now hangs in the balance, and the Elections Committee of the NDC believes it has come too far with preparations to postpone it.
If you look at the NDC where we are in opposition, having invested resources in printing ballot papers, engaging police, engaging media, and even renting spaces. Right now we have paid for almost all the sentence we are going to engage, we're going to the elections. So if you look at all these costs and you see a suit without even admitting that it will stop us, if it does, it means that we are going to start the whole thing that we have already started. The party already has no money to run even these elections that we are in. Then you pull us back to waste resource. I believe this will be something that even the people who went to court will reflect on and ask ourselves that, is it necessary at all for us to go to court if you can resolve this thing so we can save that resource that we are going to spend it. NDC at any given time when a situation like this comes up, 1 minute we use to spend what we can do in 1 hour, which is in 1 minute. So you can imagine what we can do between from now to 10 p.m. today.
But will the camp of Dr Duffour withdraw the suit to allow the party go ahead with Saturday's polls?
At the 4th May meeting, even did not make reference to the letters that Dr. Duffour has written to them. Meaning they treated those letters with contempt. Where I said, and the infractions identified, I do not think that we will be able to have the election because of the infractions identified. They will have to fix it.